Welcome back, everyone. We are live here in Des Moines, Iowa, and we are getting some preliminary information here tonight. First, on the GOP side, as expected based on the last polling we saw prior to tonight, it appears that the top three positions are held at this moment by Trump, Cruz, and Rubio. Not any surprise, but really too early for this to be particularly meaningful. We'll know more soon, we believe. Over on the Democratic side, again, no huge surprises yet. Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and we are predicting now that Martin O'Malley will come in third, which is, again, not a surprise, but it leaves his supporters with an interesting question tonight about whether they should stand firm at these caucuses and say we're going home rather than cast our lot behind Sanders or Clinton, or whether they'll turn around and walk out the door. Joining us now with more, Fox News Sunday anchor Chris Wallace, as well as former senior advisor to President George W. Bush and a Fox News contributor, Karl Rove, and former Howard Dean campaign manager and Fox News contributor, Joe Trippi. So, Joe, I will do you the courtesy of not mentioning anything about Howard Dean for some time, and I'll just let Chris take it away. Chris?
Great. Thanks, Megan. The campaign cowboys back in the saddle again, and I can tell you they're not very happy because when campaign cowboys don't have any numbers to go over, they're like people on The Biggest Losers who can't find a meal. So that's...
Well, we're grumpy. Let's leave it at that.
Okay. In any case, one of the things, Joe, we were talking about is, I mean, if you're a campaign manager, and you were for Howard Dean back in 2004, today, with today's technology, if you're Clinton's campaign manager in Precinct 101, what do you know?
A ton. We had nothing. The iPhone wasn't even out in till 2007. They have an app. All these campaigns, both in the Bernie Sanders campaign and the Clinton campaign, have apps where their precinct captain puts in, right now, is already knows whether the people they wanted to be there showed up, and can at least estimate how many people are in the room. So they're already putting together how long a night this is going to be or how well they're doing.
And can they react in real time? In other words, if they realize their number is low or that there are more of the other candidates people out there, can they quickly get some more people into the caucus?
That's going to be hard to do because both those campaigns have tried to get everybody they can to get there, and they will have the O'Malley people to work on. But, you know, in the kind of race we're in, it's not likely that they're going to be able to do much.
Karl, I mean, what if you're sitting at, this isn't a primary. A primary, right, by 8 o'clock at night, you've had all the early returns. You have a sense of if you're getting your voters out. What's it like on a caucus night?
Well, look, there's been a lot of work done in this last 72 hours leading up to it to make certain that you have touched everybody who's on your list as a supporter, and you're doing everything to surround them to get them to the polls, not just it's merely phones. If you're smart, you have a chairman for every precinct. There are 1,500 precincts in the Republican side. Ted Cruz, for example, says they have an excess of 1,000. If you're really good, you go even further. In 2000, we had captains for every 10 people that we had as a supporter. So that they had a list of who they were. Each precinct captain had a list of the team captains and of each of their other people. But the Republicans are a little bit different than the Democrats, because at the beginning of the Republican caucus, every candidate gets a chance to have a representative speak. There are 12 Republican candidates. At virtually every one of these 1,500 canvases, there will be 7 or 8 speeches. And many of the big ones, there will be 12 speeches. So you've got time to sort of find out, do I have a couple of my people not here? And if so, get somebody on the phone and beg and plead them to come.
All right. I asked both of you to take a look, give us an early bellwether of counties that you will be looking at to give you a sense of how it's going to turn out. On the Republican side, where are you going to be looking tonight, Karl?
I'm going to be looking at Webster County, which has called the last 2 caucuses not only the right order, but almost the right percentage for Huckabee, Romney, and Thompson in 2008, and Santorum, Romney, and Paul in 2012. Just sort of northeast of Des Moines, rural county, Fort Dodge County Center.
Joe.
Marshall County, been right in all 7 of the last Democratic caucuses, and in the last one in 2008, last contested one, had Obama at 38%, Edwards second at 30, and Hillary at 30. Called it perfect.
One last thing that I want to get into, and this is absolutely fascinating because of the mistakes back in 2012 where everybody thought Romney won, and in fact Santorum won the Republican side. Microsoft came in and completely took us into 3.0 land in terms of the technology. You tell me the Sanders people are nervous about this.
Yeah, they've made some accusation that Microsoft might be trying to skew the results for Hillary Clinton, which I just found astonishing that they even raised.
What we're talking about, let me just briefly say, is that the precinct captain at the end of the night, let's say for the Democrats, will put into his iPhone, Clinton got this many votes, Sanders got this many votes, and O'Malley got this many votes, and the Sanders people are worried that they're going to somehow play with the numbers?
There's something dangerous happening here when everybody in the room knows what the result was in a caucus. It's not like a secret ballot, and you could mess up what the numbers
And the Sanders people are even talking lawsuit, right?
I think that's what the last couple of things I heard, but there's definitely some brouhaha coming out of the Sanders campaign about Microsoft, which I do not understand.
Well, you know, millionaires and billionaires. Carl, is this...
Having been accused of having stolen the 2004 election by doing something to the software in Ohio, I think it's better if I not speak on this particular issue today.
You're going to recuse yourself? Campaign cowboys, we're waiting for some numbers. We're hungry, guys.
I bet.
We can feel it, too. Thanks, Chris.